Hey guys! Today I sat down with my sketchbook like I always do, same tools, same setup, and I started drawing only for me to just stop immediately. So instead of not drawing, I decided to bring out my apparently very dusty canvas. I think I primed it like 6 months ago, and this got me thinking how interesting it is to go through an art phase, or specifically what it feels like when you just outgrow an art style. I know that a lot of people trying to find that one art style that fits them, that makes them them, something to get known by, or just something that is recognizable. Wow, my voice. But I was thinking about what happens when, after finding it, you have this period where you shift, where the style isn't you anymore, and when you just draw or paint and it's just not bringing you the same joy. Actually, it's very common and completely normal to switch art styles or just go through a period where you don't want to draw anything at all. Things that used to excite you just don't feel the same anymore. I've definitely been there. And we can kind of compare this to food because you know me, I love food. And I was actually explaining this to my boyfriend with the food version and suddenly started talking about muffins because they kind of been on my mind because Christmas is coming. But imagine eating muffins every week or every day and it starts to feel repetitive. So you can try switching flavors or decorations, but it's still a muffin. And if you eat too many, you might just even get sick of them. I hope you got what I meant, but sometimes things just can start to feel too similar and not exciting anymore. Maybe you loved eating cupcakes or making cupcakes at the start, it was new and fun. But the excitement fades once you know all the angles. And a lot of artists actually experience this without realizing it, and honestly, it can also be not just artists. We grow, our tastes change, our skills evolve in anything that we do. And many artists actually have multiple art styles. It can vary depending on the medium, or maybe when they're changing the subject. If they're always drawing people, but then maybe when they draw animals, it looks completely different. So sometimes the styles are very different, but we don't really talk about it because the internet loves consistency, and this consistency brings recognition, and that can bring an audience. And I think a lot of artists are also afraid of letting that go, the consistency, because they've created this world, and now it's kind of scary to change or build a new one, even when the new one could be better, and we will never know unless we try, right? So, something that helps me switch a little bit or get out of this I don't really know what to draw or I don't feel like drawing phase is to switch some things up. And you don't have to go crazy and do everything completely new. Because that can might pressure you. So instead, find one thing that's new and keep the other things the same, and then you can slowly introduce introduce more things that are new if you want to. And today I decided one of the things would be painting bigger. Um, Painting on a canvas, since I haven't done that in a very long time, and I'm still using my preferred medium, which is acrylics, and it already feels way different because it's not on paper. Another thing you can change is change the subject. You can, instead of drawing creatures, you can draw plants or food or people. So that is another thing you can try. And of course, definitely take a break. If you feel like you're in this weird phase where art just feels like a chore, just something that's a little bit annoying, then yeah, just take a break if you can. And if you are on social media and if you post art, then try to find time to draw for yourself. Don't post for people. So it also takes some pressure off of that. And also try to find, while you're on the break, something that does excite you. It doesn't have to be necessarily involved with art, but maybe you will find a really cool book, or just you go to a museum and you see a really epic painting, and something just can spark something, and you can just figure that out later. And it doesn't have to be like this epic masterpiece, but just something that brings you back to wanting to draw, and wanting to explore something new. Also, for this fish, I decided to call it shedding, since I'm drawing since I'm painting little flowers inside it. I thought about how each flower basically would be emotions, and there's different kinds of emotions, of course, and that it's kind of seeping through the fish and exposing those emotions. And yeah, they're just floating away. And that was my idea of this piece. It is very similar to one fish I did at the start of the year, maybe. I don't remember anymore when I drew it, but the concept is pretty similar, but they're a little different. So yeah. And a little self promo insert here. My store had a little shop launch. I think I mentioned it last week, but it's up and I have some new stickers, and I also found some old keychains that were just put away. If anything got lost in the mail for somebody, I could resend them. So these ones are just, if you get them, then there will be no resending you the keychain. But yeah, there's a limited stock because I think the goat ones, I had only 4 of them. But yeah, anyways, I will link that below, and I will also, of course, link the tools I used, so you can check that out there as well. So, if you feel like your old style doesn't feel like you anymore, or you just don't want to draw the things like you used to, take a deep breath. It's okay, embrace it, and just come back when you're ready to take the next step. Let yourself change and evolve, and you can see then what new things you can explore. And remember that your art style won't disappear, it's just starting to grow with you instead of just staying the same. And if you made it this far, comment fish emoji with a little flower emoji so that I know you made it this far. And again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I hope you liked it and maybe something stuck to you, hopefully. But yeah, I will see you next time. Bye!
Hold me tightly like I was there, and whisper softly in your ear that everything is gonna